Hey Dragon fam, if you're anything like me, and I'm guessing if you're here for organization tips, you are. Um, I am the worst at picking up tools, using them, setting them someplace, and then not being able to find them, which then leads to the fact I either can't do what I need to do or I end up ordering a second piece because I can't find the first one and then I find it after the second one gets there. You know how it goes. So I've been trying to organize things a lot more. So um, I work with Hands on Katie's Guild, and David D had come up with OpenGrid, and I absolutely love it. I think it looks great on the wall. I think it's super easy to use, prints well, and just nice and clean. So I really dig the industrial kind of vibe. So I did all the screws so that you can see it because I love it as a design feature. I think it gives it that pop, a little pop of metallic silver, just really sets it off. So I thought today we would take a minute and go through what's on the wall. So I will have links to all the designs that I can for things I did not create myself, but some of them I did create. They're custom for this wall. And not only do I have the files in Maker's World, I also have portals so that you can just order the pieces pre-printed if that it makes it easier for you. I'm going to put together a 4-pack of the 7x7 tiles. So if you want to try it out and get into it without having to have a printer, if you don't have one, I assume most of my audience does have their own printer. But if you're on the fence and you want to see how it works before you take the leap into buying a printer, then go ahead and order them. I just dropped a video last week on how to match the best type printer to your hobby. So definitely check that one out if you're thinking about buying a 3D printer or a new 3D printer to add to your existing ones. Just bring up some good points about how what you want to do affects the choice of printer you should make. Okay, so let's get into the wall. So we're going to start at the top and work our way down. So headphones, these are my work headphones and my personal headphones. So I found these on Maker's World. They have the clips attached to the back already, so they are fantastic. They hold a lot of weight and I can plug them in easily. So, and I also like the way it looks. So that is really handy because I'm always misplacing my headphones. There's a theme here. So our second piece, the bin here is from Andy BlackJackDuck. He created a multi-connect parametric generator that's on Maker's World. This is the bin design. So what I did was I just sized it up to handle all these. The boards themselves are really awesome. So this is Alexander Chappelle's bolt and nut sorter. Yes. And so, or screws, I guess, I think works for nuts too, or bolts too. So he created these. alch.shop is where you can find the files. So then they're free. So these are really nice because you don't actually have to have an AMS or a multicolor system. You can do the layer height stop and then change your filament out so that you can read them better. So super handy. I use these all the time and when I'm designing parts for clients, so works really well. And it comes in from M3 to M10, so all your metric bolt needs. So this little bad boy, these are my dad's dog tags. He had just passed away, and I wanted to keep them where I could see them and think about them. David D created these little hooks. Let me see if I can get this close enough that you can see it. So these are on Maker's World as well. They just have a little groove on the back that just snaps onto the wall. And if you line them up right, they work a lot better. And there you go. So if you want to take them off, you just pop them back off, and they actually do pop off. If I can, trying to do this left-handed is not working. There you go. They hold a lot of weight. I've had 2 kilograms hanging from these and didn't budge. So the strap that I was using broke before the clip did. So these are really handy. I use them all over. I use them to hang pictures. There's a lot of different versions on Maker's World with different angles, the whole thing. So, but the key is the little clip on the back. clips right onto the board, makes it super strong. So what would any designer be without a pair of calipers? So I love these calipers. They are stainless steel, the battery lasts forever, and they are just really, really a hefty one. But you're probably thinking to yourself, how do you lose those? Believe me, I set them down and they disappear. So I found this on Maker's World. I'll try to have the link for you. I'll probably look at designing one because it doesn't hang straight, and I realized that is not an issue with the holder because this is made for smaller calipers. This is just a beast, and it weighs a lot more, so it switches. It just pulls it out of alignment. BlackJackDuck again. This is the vertical holder, so I just sized it up. I put a lip on it so that it didn't. The screwdrivers don't fall out. I mean, everybody I think has a set of these. So when you're fixing glasses or doing electronics projects. My next one here is to hold tape guns. So I actually did create this one. So this is fully multi-connect enabled. So it basically, you just slide the tape gun in, but with the clips, it will not come out. So the thing is that if you take these clips, these are the ones that come with any orders that you get from me for Multiconnect, and they just snap up in nice and tight. You can then put them on the wall, and there you go. So I didn't pop it all the way in. It's a lot stronger once it's all the way in. So that is definitely a really great addition for me because this tape gun ends up all over the house. So like I said, if you have a place for it, much easier to put back. And then I used the parametric designer just to make this little holder just for rolls of tape. So that's that. So where are we? All right, so this is absolutely awesome. So these are gauges for convex and concave corners, circles. So basically I have all the sizes. This is really handy when you want to measure something. You're like, what size circle do I need? You can figure it out with these. They also do the convex, so if you've got like a piece of furniture you need to check the round over on, easy to use. And then I've got a little SD card holder. So the true champion of this build though is this Gridfinity shelf by Daniel over at the Guild. So it comes in 2x2 or 4x2 because of the sizing for OpenGrid. The connectors are actually built into the model. So this prints flat, prints perfect every time. It is a great piece, and it is super, super strong. But the nice part is if you pick up on it, you can pop it off and move it. So so I had 4, so I had this that I wanted on the wall, so I am always losing my SD cards as well, so I've had that holder forever. I'm not sure I have the links for it, but it's just a standard SD card for Gridfinity. So I just pop this in, and there you go, you've got all this. So this one I found on Maker's World. It is really useful. It holds all my scissors and my side and flush cutters so that I can easily access them. This here was another, so this is the same design as this, but what I did was I just made this really thin, and then I cut the bottom off, and that way any size tape measure can go through. So larger, smaller. So this is my metric and my imperial, so easy to find, easy to put back. So the last piece on the wall is my design. So I have this little portable rechargeable vacuum that I use to clean up printers, blow off electronics, clean out the computers, all that fun stuff. So really super handy. There's a plug right next to it, so I can plug it in easily because that one does need to be charged. And I've got the 3 adapters or accessories that I use all the time. So basically I created this from scratch. So this is Fusion 360. So it's got the ring cut out for the vacuum and then pegs to put any of the attachments that you want to. So I cut down the edges to reduce the filament, but I didn't cut it down further because the real useful part of this design is that this circle lets you get the vacuum in and out much easier. and it gives it a lot more stability because it's being held in its natural shape, not just being pushed against a flat surface. So, you know, once again, the multi-connect pegs go in, this snaps up, and then it goes on the wall, and you've got a place to store your vacuum. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's definitely a work in progress, and I don't ever think it'll be truly done. So our next project is to put LED on this wall so we can accent all of our Cowboy Bebop memorabilia. I'm a huge Bebop fan. So, you know, does this work for you? You know, in the comments, which piece do you think is the most useful, or is there something that I'm missing? Is there a piece or a tool that should be on this wall that I haven't added yet? I've been doing custom pieces for people off the OpenGrid Reddit. So if people ask for stuff with Multiconnect, I can go ahead and put those together. I just did a helmet holder for I Love Ham, which came out really well. So in the comments, let me know if there's something that you would find really useful. Please let me know, and we can see if it's easy to create. We can definitely knock it out. If there is something up here you would like to see a tutorial on, I did a tutorial on all the generator pieces, but if there's something else that you like the vacuum holder or anything else that you would like to see a tutorial, please let me know. So I'm, part of this channel is teaching, and I really find OpenGrid to be the best of the organization systems. So I just feel like, the more that we, build out the catalog of useful pieces and not just throw random ideas at it, it just makes it more useful for everybody involved. So there you go. I will have a playlist of all my OpenGrid tutorials over here someplace, wherever YouTube puts it. And this project is hatched. Let's fly the next one. Until next time, it's Patrick, Distracted Dragon Makes, out.